Hey guys, I'm back. Here's the sploosh I wanted to show you the other day, but as I mentioned on the video, for some reason it updated and didn't come through. It's no longer showing. But here's one that happened just today, just a few hours ago. That was a major sploosh. This is the geospace. Here it comes on the density. So that's I don't know, indicative of it happens twice. Or does it just go back to the beginning? For some reason it's looping back to the beginning, it looks like. I don't know, it must probably have something to do with the strong backside connection with Nemesis. Maybe it got stronger at that point all of a sudden. Uh, so yeah, it happens around 10:20 UTC. Here it is on the pressure. See, we have very little pressure showing around the planet right now, which I guess is a good thing, but I think it has more to do with that connection between interplanetary magnetic field connection. And there's this big sploosh there, which just went away. Everything just almost disappeared, the pressure. I think it has more to do with than anything else, the strong backside connection with Nemesis. There's the phi angle, hovering right around 350. And it looks like the connection's pretty strong right now. So let's see, at around 10, that's when the sploosh occurred, measured by ISWA. The RCM computer modeling of our inner magnetosphere. Happened around 10:30. And you don't really see anything crazy there. But what I think's happening though is this Nemesis connection's getting stronger. Remember how I mentioned that? Okay, when Nemesis is back here somewhere behind the Earth. Here's the Earth. Here's the big planet or planets. It's gotta be more than one. The way things are being displayed on the MLSO, Mauna Loa Solar Observatory. I'm going to show you that in a minute. Those things are really moving around now. And I clearly documented a very large planet that passed ACE on October 16th. Got to read my hypothesis number one. I don't have time to fully describe what happened here, but we're still getting gaps on ACE. This is like a 10-hour gap. 2200, a little bit before 2200 UTC on 2130, and it goes all the way up to 730. So that's a full 10-hour gap, and you can tell the intermagnetary planetary magnetic fields all screwed up just by the way these temperature gradients are being splotched all over, splooshed all over, splashed all over. So something's in flux there. I mean, it doesn't show up as much on Discover. Discover's a newer, 20-year newer satellite. It's got much newer instruments. What I think's happening, and we did have another high-speed solar wind event, which I'm going to show you here in a second. Started at 22:31 UTC last night, so that would be like 7:31 or 5:31. Let's see, 22 minus 5:17. So we have 5:31 Eastern Standard Time, 16:05 there, and then it lasted until about 1:30, I think it was. I'll show you that in a second. Here, I'll let we'll stay on here and just watch this run real quick. These two are synced. You'll see it here coming up. There it is. That's the beginning of it. So these geospace, the geospace I was showing you with the big sploosh, they're all getting their data from these 2011 SWMF 2011 magnetosphere models plus RCM. The RCM is a sophisticated computer modeling that they came up with that monitors all the data coming from, well, who knows where, coming from somewhere within the magnetosphere close to the Earth. All the data that's being monitored, probably from Earth stations, probably from everywhere, and it's being plugged into this computer. And they're able to come up with all these solar wind speed numbers and all these simulations, which we're seeing helps to show all these simulations. But anyway, so here's the Enlil. Getting back to what I think's happening with the Nemesis Nemesis IMF connection, I think it's getting stronger. So as you can see here, this is the 21st, middle of the 21st, just passed. Solar wind density, in fact, for the last several days, probably a week, it's only been measuring around 5, and it actually went lower than that for yesterday anyway, if I remember. And it's supposed to start climbing tomorrow, but it's already climbed up to 10. And then solar wind velocity, that's about where it's supposed to be. So you see the solar wind density, it's starting to climb. Not supposed to be doing that. And the solar wind velocity, it's supposed to be a good deal higher than 318 today anyway. So there's 400, so it should be about 400. So what I think's happening is Nemesis is connecting through the Earth or through and around the Earth, and you can see from some of those ISWA, on the ISWA Y-cut, you can see the blue interplanetary magnetic field lines from Nemesis trying to link up with the Earth, and I think sometimes they actually are. We're going to watch that a little closer in a second. But getting back to my point, so the interplanetary magnetic field connections running from Nemesis, and I think it's starting to run stronger coming from Nemesis. In other words, the voltage is stronger flowing through the Earth or around the Earth, through and around these big planets that are out in front of the Earth, and then past ACE and Discover, and then back to the Sun. We actually have a four-way connect. It's like a large conduit, if you can picture a huge pipe, maybe even way out here. And there's an electrical field running in between all these objects. And right now the electrical field's being generated more strongly coming from the Nemesis from the backside direction. And that's what's causing the solar wind density to pile up. And also it's slowing down the solar wind speed that's supposed to be coming from the sun. So if you follow what I'm saying, so I'm gonna have to monitor this because tomorrow they actually have the solar wind density going way up. So if they have it going up close to 15, 13 anyway, 12 or 13, and it's already double what it's supposed to be now, we could be in for another mimic CME event. And here's the solar ham. I just clicked that and came back. So as you can see, this kind of mimics the CME, what we're seeing on ACE. This is a CME screenshot from back in March 2013. You can see what it looks like. It's all splooshed out, the speed, the temperature especially, and the density, and that's exactly what looks like on ACE. So that indicates quite a good deal of interplanetary magnetic field instability. So here's the phi angle. This is what I always talk about. Nobody else does. If it's 180, it's a sun to the earth connect. If it's 0, it's an earth to the sun. There's not supposed to be anything beyond 180 degrees. And there it is there. You got to pull it up. It's in my description box. You can read it. It really helps to wrap your mind around what's really going on here. So anyway, we got you back here. These two are synced, these Fock radiation belts. Say 100,000 electron volts. That's the 4 million. There's the false bow shock in the back. See that broken skinny line, black line? This measures up to 4 million electron volts. I think anything that starts going black and purple, then the electron volts are so high when it whites out like that this thing can't really measure them. So that just gets whited out. Okay, anyway, here we are back to the solar wind thing. So 1605 to 2131, that's when it began. 1333, these are 4-minute intervals. 1189, 1334, then dropped down to 970 and went down pretty low there for a minute. But it picks back up there, up to 6 or 8, 7 something, 842, 1414, 1257, 1132, 1272. I'm looking at these numbers up here. If you click this box down here, lower right, full screen, you'll get a better view of all these numbers, and really the whole thing looks better. 1221, and let me click it through. 14, 10, 10, 11. So it lasted up until about 127 UTC. And started at 2231, so that's like a good 3 hours. Let me get this sync back up. And here's MLSO from yesterday. These are like just about 7 seconds shy, 8 seconds shy, something like that, of 2-minute time-lapse intervals. We got like 50 some images. So they begin around 18 and go all the way up to 23. So that's about 7 hours. Look at all these big freaking planets, man. And they're moving. There's one there. Looks like something there. Looks like something there. And some of these could be larger objects within the debris field that's got to be coming along with this Nemesis binary twin system. That thing looks like it's moving. There's some big ones there. Look at that. That one just showed up when we had a little bit of a jolt. And you can see they're obviously on the move. And this here, it's the first time I've seen that. There's a couple of dark spots in here, and you can see a light hint, just a hint of maybe some type of concentric circle rings there, which would indicate to me some type of magnetic field. This thing up here, it's still there. It's always been there as long as I can remember, but it's getting more pronounced. You always get this white, bright white center. This one might be pretty big. And then looks like some concentric rings starting to flow around it. I'm running out of time, so let's go back and look at this while real quick. I'll let it run through for you. Here's all these blue IMF field lines that are stacking up in front of the planet. They have to be coming from planets that are close by, which I just showed you on MLSO, Mauna Loa Solar Observatory. Earth's magnetic field looking pretty weak. Let's see. The SPLOOSH happened about 10:21. I don't think we're going to get to see it here, so I'm going to be running out of time. But watch these field lines. These are all got to be from Nemesis or some of these big planets that are surrounding the Earth. I'm leaning more toward Nemesis. And you get the ones directly behind that are creeping up, the blue ones, trying to make connection with the Earth. But anyway, I'm running out of time. There was no solar wind event yesterday. That's why I didn't make a vid. God bless, peace, and I'm out.